Hi everyone, it's Kevin at Bear Creek Honey. Uh, Today I wanted to talk to you just briefly because I'm going to be going into a hive and seeing if they've depleted their emergency stores. If you remember, about 3 weeks ago, January 4th, I did a video where um, I had a I had 3 colonies that had starved out, so I installed some candy boards that I made in a previous video. From that, you can check that out on my YouTube channel. Um, but I had installed the candy boards on the ones that didn't die out, and that was January 4th. Today is January, I don't know, 26th, somewhere around there, I would guess. Um, and Very, very cold this morning. It got to be 13 below Fahrenheit here. Um, Now, I noticed from January 4th until just a few days ago, even though it got down 10 degrees, 13 degrees, somewhere around there, I could see the bees coming out of these entrances, the top entrances. They were still very active, even though it was very colder, very, very much colder. I even opened up the bottom entrances fully, trying to get more airflow to try to get them to cluster and just calm down in winter. But that didn't work. The last few days it's gotten below zero, and that seems to have shut them down pretty good. But um, about a week ago, I checked the hive behind me there, and I had put that on actually a week before all the other feed. Um, I went in that hive over there to check the stores, and I had put 13-pound candy board on July 1st on that hive, and on the 17th, um, it had maybe a pound of candy left on it. They went through that much candy in 17 days, 12 pounds of it, and actually. So I came out here, 2 or 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, and I replaced the candy board with a new one. That one probably has a little less. Probably only has about 6-7 pounds on it. The biggest issue is I don't have um, these candy boards in spare. So after I pull one off, then I can make one. So that's kind of my dilemma here. It's not like I can go and make another 7 candy boards and just go stick them on my hives. I have to pull one off if it's ready, make candy, and then I can put it on another hive, and I'll take that one off, and so on and so forth. But anyways, when I came out here the 4 days ago to replace that candy board, I came out here. It was 13 degrees out, and I was honestly, maybe it was even a little less. I was not expecting to have any fight from the bees whatsoever. I was just going to come out, remove the top, and put a new candy board on and be done with it. Well, the bees had other ideas. I popped the top off, and the bees were just so active it felt like it was a summer day. I could not believe it. I pulled the tie, I had bees flying all over the place. I honestly, I could not believe my eyes what was happening. They like I said, they were down to about a pound of candy, and they were up in the board, and that board was a little screwed up to begin with because I had hardware cloth in there, so they had eaten through the hardware cloth, and they were up on top of the hardware cloth, so I couldn't quite get them off. I'm trying to bang the hive, and that pissed them off more. I didn't bring a bee brush out to brush them off or anything like that. And I didn't have a veil. They were flying out. They were stinging me. So I had to kind of stop what I was doing, go back, suit up, come back, bring a smoker. That's another thing I kind of forgot today. I didn't bring a smoker out with me. It got down to 13 below last night, and right now it's about 5 or 6 below outside. But what I'm going to do with this hive is I'm going to see how much stores they actually use. Now I'm looking in there and I can actually see a bee sitting there. He's not moving, but I can see a bee on the inside. And I'm going to pop it up, and if there's plenty of fondant, I'm not going to replace it. I brought an extra candy board out, but I just wanted to show you. Hopefully you can see what's going on inside the hive. I want to be in and out. Like I said, it's very, very cold. You don't want to go in your hive and disturb things just for the sake of going into your hive. But when it comes to emergency feeding, you really have little choice in the matter. You can either expose them to a little cold or expose them to starvation. It's really up to you. So that's your choice. I've decided to come out today because it's colder and hopefully they're not as active. I mean, I won't need a smoker. But I'm just going to pry up the lid a little bit and take a quick look and see what it's like in there. And if, like I said, if they got fondant, I'll leave them alone. If they're out, then I'll pull the candy board off, and I've got a replacement here, and I'll put it on, and I'm just going to try to be as fast as possible. But like I said, it's the case of exposing them to a little cold or exposing them to starvation, and it's really their choice in the matter. I'd love to try to heft this hive, but it's frozen down and doesn't really give me a good idea. You know, just because they're up there doesn't mean they're out of stores, but it's very, very hard for me to tell how much honey is in there. I wish I had a scale, some sort of a scale, which I'm going to build a system, and I'll show you that this spring. But for now, this is as best as I can do, and I'm just trying to be a good husbandry to my bees. So let's take a look at what's going on in here. Go on. Okay. Now again, I looked. Now, isn't that funny? There's bees here. Huh. Must have gotten stuck, huh? Huh, that's too bad. Okay. All right, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Whew, my hands are frozen. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on in here. Really quick here. Oh, I can hear them. Okay, which is good news. They've still got their plenty of stores up top here. So I'm gonna actually leave them be for now. I'm actually I do want to stick my. There's actually honey in there. There's no honey there. Yep, there's a little bit of honey there. I'm good. Okay. I'm actually going to put this back down. Okay. Well, that's good news for me. I hope you were able to see that a little bit. The bees were on top in a circle like this. They weren't in a tight cluster, which is amazing. But there is honey in their combs on the upper band and on the upper frames, and they still had probably, I'm gonna guess, more than half of their fondant left, and that's gonna be a good indicator for me for my other hives. Now I can maybe wait a couple more weeks and check in on them. So I can you know, not have to go into and I don't know if you saw that or not. That hive top was absolutely dry as a bone, and again I reiterate my earlier moisture board video comments that you don't need one of those moisture boards, just a simple insulation, foam insulation, and a little bit of venting. That's all you really need to keep your hive warm, that is. This wrap, I'm still debating whether I really need it or not. I'm thinking, even though this is really thin, this reflective nature of this, I think, is actually keeping my hives warmer than they normally would be, and that's might be one reason why they're a little bit more active. I mean, this stuff is really thin, but it's reflective, and it's reflecting the heat back in. That's for another video. So I'm going to put this back together. And call it good. Don't ask me why I put this strap on, but I do. Oh, well, now it's broke, so I ain't fixing it out here. Just here's a quick note on this Man Lake B-Veil pocket here, and I'm assuming for the hive tool, but I'll be honest with you, with the high reach, it's not very convenient. I'd rather have it down here, to be honest. So I'll probably still end up wearing a little tool belt to keep my bead tools with me. I saw one that had a magnet on it, which seemed very ingenious, so I might go with that too. Well, I hope you got something out of this video. It's a really quick one. Stay warm. Happy beekeeping. Oh yeah, here's my candy board that I was going to use, so now I get to keep it for a while.